This is one-on-one session with the ForumIAS founder and director Ayush Sinha. In this session, students are asked questions to test their preparedness for the personality test. One-on-one sessions are not mock panel sessions.
Maya Chahar.
हाँ जी.
Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes, sir.
Your medium of interview is
English.
Maya, what is the date of your interview?
10th of May, sir.
So, Maya, how are you feeling?
Little bit nervous, sir.
Did you have your breakfast?
Yes, sir.
What did you have for your breakfast?
Milk and bread, sir.
You had milk and bread. So, Maya, can you begin by introducing yourself to me?
So my name is Maya Chahar. I belong to Churu district of Rajasthan. I have done my graduation from Birla Institute of Engineering and Technology, Rajasthan. I got graduated in 2015 and since then I have been preparing for the civil services and side by side I have been selected for accounts officer in EPFO and my interests includes teaching and doing folk dances like Ghumar and Kalpelia.
So, Maya, you like to teach. What is the difference between a teacher, a coach, and a mentor?
So, basic difference is a teacher teaches a particular subject, its concepts, and more or less result oriented. But a mentor is someone who guides you throughout your preparation journey. He or she helps you in reaching your goal and also plans your journey, and wherever you are lacking, he or she helps you in that.
And mentor and a coach?
So coach is someone who is very well versed in that area. So from his own experience also, he guides you. But a mentor might not be very much proficient in that subject, but still he can guide you. I might be confused in that, so I'll prepare that.
So you like to teach. Who have you taught, Maya?
My siblings, my cousins, and
Yes.
later my friends also, when we were preparing together.
Maya, so you have done electrical and electronics engineering. What is a semiconductor?
Semiconductor are those materials whose conductivity lies between a conductor and an insulator. For example, silicon, germanium.
But Maya, don't you think that this nearly makes everything a semiconductor, which means that there is nothing like a perfect insulator and nothing like a perfect conductor? So then what is a semiconductor?
Sir, you're right that we cannot segregate them totally under conductor or insulator, but semiconductor is specific materials only. We cannot term everything.
What is the criteria for calling something as a, let us say if something conducts electricity weakly, it simply means that it is not successful as an insulator. Does that make it a semiconductor?
Sir, in my opinion, it is a conductor, not a semiconductor. I am not aware of the exact definition or exact criteria on the basis of which we can classify it as semiconductor. But in my opinion, if it conducts little bit electricity, then it will come under the conductor category only. Sir.
If it conducts little bit, then we'll say that it is a conductor. All right. Maya, there is a scramble for semiconductors. There is a scramble for semiconductors. Now, you may have a thinking that we all have mobile phones, but what is the reason for this scramble for semiconductors?
Sir, this era is of digital revolution. So each and everything requires semiconductor, be it a phone, laptop, mobile, etc. So we
already have enough number of billion devices, billions of devices of mobile phones. But companies are expecting a much larger surge, which is why everybody is scrambling for semiconductor. So where is that, that new demand going to come from? What are companies expecting? Where are the companies expecting this demand to come from?
So as we have moved to 5G revolution, so and expecting to move towards 6G, so more and more devices will come into the picture, and there we will require semiconductors.
What sort of devices are we talking about here?
So devices which can use artificial intelligence and machine learning, all these will be based on semiconductor only. So for
But
that reason,
artificial intelligence and machine learning machines, these technically, by the very nature of artificial intelligence, will be a centralized processor. Let us say that everybody's phone has a, let's say, Google Assistant, for example, and it will learn. So the processing does not happen at the phone's end; it happens at the central server, which is why it is able to benefit from the experience of Google knows more than all of us put together. Why? Because it knows we only know as much as our feelings, and I know probably your feelings as you're sitting in front of me. But Google knows everyone's feeling. It is because there is a centralized processing, right? So technically, that will also not lead to this massive increase in demand.
so
Huh.
for that we have to make every device smart, like AC or TV, which earlier were not smart. So in order to connect everything with the network or this
Yes.
smart
What is the term
technology,
known as?
so
Can you repeat your words?
Internet of Things, sir.
Why did it take you so long to figure that out?
So
We have enough number of mobile devices, and there will be an increase, but that increase in mobile device demand is incremental. But the minute you have Internet of Things, where you expect your fan, your cooler, your ACB to be connected, it is going to explode. The demand is going to explode, isn't it? Which is why you need 5G, because mobile phones do good with 4G also. But with 5G, what is the benefit? Why do you want to go for 5G?
sir, its speed will be better.
Speed is
Latency
not
will
the
be less.
second part. Latency. Hmm? Because these devices do not need high speed internet. A washing machine to be controlled does not need a high speed internet, but it needs a internet where the response time is less, isn't it? Maya, you also do folk dances?
Yes.
Yes. How did you get into this hobby of doing folk dances?
So actually, I belong to rural area. There, I have seen my grandmothers doing these dances. So from there, I generated my interest in folk dances.
What are the major challenges before Rajasthan as a state today, Maya?
So if we start from climate change or environment per se, then it faces huge groundwater scarcity. Also, precipitation is very less there. So agriculture is not viable. First reason is that. Second is, sir, very low population density. So government is less inclined towards generating infrastructure like road connectivity, railways connectivity. So that is second issue. Third is polarization of society on some issues like religion, caste. So these are the three major reasons I can recollect.
Maya, the Prime Minister has recently launched PM Mitra. What challenge was India facing that we needed something like PM Mitra?
So if we compare from the countries like Bangladesh, Vietnam, they have done very good in the field of textile, while India has lagged somewhere, despite having huge labor force and also raw material required for the textiles. So in order to boost in that sector, like as it is a labor intensive and we have ample amount of labor also, but still our exports are not in range
So
of
why
that.
is Bangladesh able to challenge India? You tell me. On what? How is it able to challenge? Like for example, in manufacturing, China is challenging India. So much so that we are not in the race. Now in textile, why is Bangladesh able to challenge India?
So one reason was that it has free trade agreement with Western countries where India was not having that level of free trade agreements. And second was easy availability of technology by attracting FDIs, while India failed somewhere
Are
to
you sure
attract
about what
MNCs.
you're saying? That Bangladesh has better technology access compared to India?
So I think they have better technology access because if we compare,
No, that is not the battle we are fighting with Bangladesh.
so another reason is after partition we lost some cotton growing areas to Bangladesh. So it might be one of that
No, that
reasons.
is not also the reason. They are fighting because of something.
Sorry, sir.
It is the same race which in manufacturing China had with India. Therefore, they did something and now they are way ahead. Now, with India and Bangladesh, the same challenge is coming. Bangladesh is.
Sir, sorry to
I'll
interrupt you.
do-
I think it was skilled labor available with China because China focused more and more on labor skilling, while India failed on that. So I think it is the same reason with Bangladesh also.
Maya, India wants a permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council. What do you think is our strongest argument for a permanent seat?
There are multiple arguments, like we are the largest democracy. We are also acting as a common voice for global south, that is developing countries. And third is we are fifth largest economy in the world, and one of the largest, one of the fastest growing economy also. And if we come at the security front, then we have also respected the sovereignty and territorial integrity of other countries.
Yeah, what is your opinion on uniform civil code? Should we bring in uniform civil code?
Sir, if we look on the pros and cons of UCC, then in my opinion, we should go for a gradual approach towards UCC rather than going in one go, because of its several benefits, like it will help us in ensuring gender equality.
Maya, why do you want to join the civil services?
So there are multiple reasons for that. One is, sir, as I belong to rural area, so I have seen people suffering there and I want to work on those areas. Second is, sir, the type of opportunity these services provides, like diverse work profile it will provide me. Third is good career progression. So being financially sustainable and professionally satisfied, I will be able to do something impactful for the nation.
Okay, my last question. What does your name mean?
So my parents kept this name because it was another name for goddess Lakshmi, but it also means an illusion.
Illusion. So, are you aware of what is the explanation given by Shankaracharya on what is Maya?
Sorry, sir. I'll read upon that.
What is your option subject?
Economics, sir.
Economics. So, if we see during the lockdown, the Sensex was booming, and the GDP figures were contracting. How do you explain this dichotomy or this paradox that Sensex is going high and GDP is contracting just 2 years back?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact reason, but it might be because of increasing startups, especially tech startups. So people started investing in that direction. So more and more demand for the shares of particular businesses rose in the economy. So Sensex prices rose, but because of lockdowns and decrease in demands and job losses, our GDP was declining.
All right, my interview is over.